A Jasper police officer suspended amid allegations of misconduct. 6 people arrested in connection with alleged abuse at a local care facility. And Ken Eck with the Purdue Extension Office joins us on WJTS Inform to talk about the effects of last year's drought. Those stories and more coming up tonight on WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bill Potter, and this is the WJTS News. The Jasper Board of Public Works approved a recommendation this morning by Police Chief Michael Bennett to begin termination proceedings on Officer David Drew, a 10-year member of the Jasper Police Department, amid allegations of misconduct. Bennett recommended to the board that Drew, who is currently on medical leave, be placed on suspension with pay upon his return from sick leave on February 15th, pending termination proceedings. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz, in a written statement, said the request was based on information obtained through an internal investigation, as well as information presented to the Jasper Police Department by the Indiana State Police. The state police have been conducting their own investigation into allegations regarding the conduct of Officer Drew. The specifics of the information was discussed during several executive sessions of the board. Bennett also requested the board authorize City Attorney Renee Cabrick to proceed with the appropriate procedural steps to ensure compliance with Indiana statute, Jasper Municipal Code, and the City of Jasper Police Department Employee Handbook as they pertain to such actions. 2 of the 3 board members present at Tuesday morning's meeting, Seitz and board member Tim Bell, voted in favor of the suspension and the procedural steps toward termination. The 3rd member of the 3-member board, Dave Prechtel, was absent. Drew has been on the Jasper Police Force since 2003. This past November, Drew made an unsuccessful bid to become DuBois County Coroner. 6 people were arrested Monday after a lengthy investigation by the Indiana Attorney General's Medicaid Fraud Control Unit into alleged abuse of a Providence Home Health Care Center resident. According to a probable cause affidavit filed in DuBois County Circuit Court, the Attorney General's office received a complaint about possible abuse of a Providence Home resident. Investigators with the Medicaid Fraud Control Unit gathered evidence on 6 employees who had allegedly battered and neglected an endangered adult who was a resident at the home. The Medicaid Fraud Control Unit collaborated with the Indiana State Police and the DuBois County Prosecutor's Office, and upon review of the evidence, arrest warrants were pursued. DuBois County Circuit Court found probable cause for the charges and issued the arrest warrants. On Monday, officers from the Indiana State Police, the Jasper Police Department, the DuBois County Sheriff's Department, and the Crawford County Sheriff's Department served the warrants. Arrested and charged with Class D felony counts of battery and neglect and misdemeanor counts of intimidation were 33-year-old Blaine Ballard of Jasper, 32-year-old Tanya Sanders of Lagodi, as well as 28-year-old Casey Hill and 28-year-old Wendy Sutherland, both of Tazewell. Also taken into custody and facing misdemeanor charges of failure to report battery and neglect or exploitation of an endangered adult were 40-year-old Katrina L. Patterson of Jasper and 52-year-old Cheryl Rocket of Washington. All 6 were booked into the DuBois County Security Center. Under the law, criminal charges are merely accusations and the defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. The Providence Home issued the following statement today. The news of this deeply shocks and saddens us all, and we are committed to act in full cooperation with the Office of the Attorney General in their investigation and will support their findings to ensure that those responsible will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The individual implicated in the abuse was terminated immediately insofar as the Providence Home Health Care Center has a zero-tolerance policy towards abuse and will not tolerate the mistreatment of any resident. 6 people, including the driver, were injured Monday evening when the van they were riding in overturned off Steinbottom Road northwest of Celestine. Those injured were among 10 in the van. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says all of the occupants of the van were from Salina, Ohio. The Sheriff's Department says 67-year-old Alberto Cervantes was driving the Chevrolet Express van at the time of the accident that took place just before 7:30 along the 1300 block of Steinbottom Road. Deputies said the van was leaving a driveway when Cervantes overshot the turn and went across Steinbottom Road and into a ditch. The van flipped onto its top. 3 ambulances and the Celestine Volunteer Fire Department were called to the scene. Cervantes complained of chest pain after the accident. Injured passengers include 50-year-old Marco Carmona, who complained of elbow and lower arm pain, 39-year-old Alberto Cervantes Jr., who complained of elbow and lower arm pain, 47-year-old Raul Gutierrez, who complained of abdomen and pelvis pain, 22-year-old Dustin Kuntz, who complained of shoulder and upper arm pain, and 21-year-old Jordan Lockwood, who complained of back pain. The Sheriff's Department says at least $10,000 damage was sustained to the van. An anti-bullying group got down to the kids level at Heritage Hills Middle School Friday. School counselor Julie Becker says the group of college students really connected with the Heritage Hills Middle School students. These are 2 young people, 18 or 20. They both sang. She was opera and he was rapping, and the kids were really in tune with that. The creator of the group, Katie Himes, a former Miss Teen America and reigning Miss Ohio Collegiate, was a victim of bullying in middle school. And now, with some help, she travels around with the Bully Bashers to help kids stop bullying. She says Bully Bashers is an interactive program designed to get kids excited about anti-bullying. Becker says the face of bullying has really changed throughout the years. She says it's easier for students to say negative things to other students online. We as administrators, we as teachers have to deal with that because the kids are affected by that. Becker went on to describe how online bullying can distract kids from their education, where grades will drop and some kids will start to miss classes. Becker says the Bully Bashers group came to present at the school without charge. She says the presentation was part of the school's Friendship Week, which aims to facilitate respect and healthy friendships among students at Heritage Hills Middle School. We'll look at weather later in this WJTS newscast. Coming up on WJTS News, Kerry Schneider makes his weekly visit with the DuBois County Humane Society. And tonight's WJTS Inform features Kinneck talking about the effects of the 2012 drought.